Shut up and sit down.
Hey you Skellywags! Big boy day today with the Xingtian Mech. We're about to unbox from Joytoy. Thanks to Flamer Toys for getting this to me very quickly. There it is. Here's the box, straight out of the box. Nice looking box here. There's the top and bottom. There's the side. There you go, dark sauce. And the other side. So it looks like it's all like photographs of the actual mech itself. From the pictures and what I've seen of it so far, looks really good. And without further ado, let's get this bad boy open. Heavier than the Fear 2, which makes sense as this has got more plastic. Looks like there are two trays. This one here, the mech, in the shiny plastic, and then there's this weapons, accessories, figure, pilot, all in here. Now let's get out to the mech. I was half expecting to put this guy together, like put all the armor parts on, but it's all on there, which is great. Play straight away. Look at him, looking really great. I like the paint apps, the kind of shade on the armor. Now let's take a look at the accessories here very quickly. I'll get everything on and then we'll look at all the parts individually. First we'll take a look at the pilot here in his little plastic prison. This one's for you ASMR fans out there. And here is the pilot of the Xingtian Mecha. I really like this, the design of this guy over the other pilot. I think it looks great. Not sure about that wrist joint there. Looks a bit odd. Let's just check out his Jean-Claude. Oh, zinger. So let's have a better look at him, and then we'll come back with the Xingtian Mecha. So here's everything all laid out, with a couple bits taken off, and I've given him an unhelmeted head, as he doesn't actually come with one. So this head is from 09th, one of the 09th figures, who actually comes with a body similar to this one, but the neck piece there is different. The forearms here are different too. Otherwise the same body really. The top bit of the forearm glove here can come off, but I've decided not to do that. Might be a bit too difficult to put back on again. And these wrists are just bothering me. They don't go into the forearm very well. It's like just on the top bit, look. So it sticks out like a ball. I'll have to try and fix that myself. Does have movement up there without the vest. Up here, look, arms go up. Your normal stuff really. Everything you want from a pilot figure. There's some new parts here, like the shin bits here, look. I've not seen those before. Just gonna check out this wrist bit. There, as you can see, So it's really just on the surface there once you plug it in, so that's why the ball is more visible. Bit shallow. Also for the glove. Right, we'll just get his head off and get some bits on him. So this vest I thought was new, but I think I've seen this in one of the earlier generation Joytoy figures. It's the way it fits on here. It reminds me of one of the ones I bought before. It kind of fits on a bit awkwardly. Looks okay, but yeah, just reminded me of one of those. I think it is one of those older ones. Still looks alright on this figure though. And I'm glad they got rid of that posable neck bit. Here's the helmet, brand new, I haven't seen this before. Reminds me of Fallout or a Mandalorian, cross between the two for some reason. Goes in there. Could have made it a helmet really. I think it's big enough. Shoulder pads. These are so generic, we've probably seen them somewhere before. And then we'll just slide up. Careful when going past this forearm bit if you're not going to take that off. Goes up to just on the bicep at the top. There you go. These thigh bits I've turned to be a bit more to the front so we can go in the mech properly. Here's his belt, which I'm sure we've seen before as well. It unclips rather easily, so you can just do that, but it does pop out quite a bit when playing about or trying to sit him into the mech. I have to say, slightly disappointed in this figure. I was expecting a bit more from him. The new bits with the wrists a bit disappointing, but he does look really good. Really like the look of him. Pistol here, very tiny, can fit in his hand nice and easily. Fits in the holster easily, but a little bit loose. I want to get some blue tack to keep that in there, as you could end up losing that. Rifle here, I'm sure we've seen before, but it's more catered to this character with the colour scheme and that. Goes in quite nicely there. And you can have this hand if you want, but there is a hand that can hold the handle. Two closed fists. Oop. Closed fists. Oh, tiny. And two semi-closed fists where you can hold things with. This left one is what I'll use here, so he can hold his gun. Just tiny. These smaller than your average ones. Oh, namaste, get in. Ugh. There's a tight squeeze, that's what she said. There, that's about it. So now you can just hold it, the handle there. Yeah, he holds this rifle really well. Again, the design, I just really like the look of him. So first impressions, although I'm a little bit disappointed, he is a really good figure. The wrists, I don't really like the way they look, although they don't look too bad here. It's just when he's standing. I might try and amend that myself. And the way the belt kind of just pops off, for my one at least, is a bit annoying, especially when you're trying to put him inside the mech. But having said that, it does look great. I think Joytoy could have just had him with a normal head, or at least included an unhelmeted head and swap it out. But I prefer when they've got an unhelmeted head and then you just put the helmet over it. This, I think, was big enough where they could have done that. The pistol seems to come out quite a bit as well. Oh, let's just do a few comparisons. So here's a few figures I've got just around. This custom Space Wolf 40k figure I'm working on. Got some extra bits I ordered which are coming in, which should spruce them up a bit. Next we'll bring in Terminator, Chaos Terminator. Huge fella. An imposing lad in any 1/18 scale collection. Next is Glaucus. Been playing about with again. Power armor figure from Acid Rain World. I love those power armor figures. More are coming, which I'm absolutely all for. And then Vintage Collection Boba Fett. Looking really good with this guy, because he looks like a kind of Mandalorian. And then there, a 6-inch figure, Mafex Brown Suit Wolverine. So I think I've definitely come around on this guy. I think my expectations were a bit high. Now I know there are slight issues. I actually don't mind them as much because the figure is pretty good, even with those issues. He poses really well, looks really good. Was just nitpicking at those bits I don't like. I'm not sure if he's my favourite pilot. I think the Fear 5 pilot is still my favourite, as he's based off the Rego Buck and doesn't have these small issues with the belt and all that. And this one, based off 09th, I like the improvements they made. Like the neck joint of the 09th figure was terrible, kept popping off. This one they've decided just to keep it so it doesn't, you can't articulate the neck, which works in its favour. Could have like put storage somewhere in the back, I think, for the weapons, or maybe even in the cockpit somewhere. So the articulation, his head goes all the way around, does move about quite well. So that belt just pops out. Their movement there, even as though he's got that vest. Arm can still go up like that. His bicep bend, it's not that great. 90 does the job. That wrist though still just sticks out at me. Is Jean-Claude, as we know, as a zinger. Here's the thigh twist. Be wary of the leg up. It's about there, because any more pops out. Got to try and fix that. Maybe align that better. Still may pop out, but try and get it right so the waist goes in as good as it can, and the leg can go up as far as it can as well, like that. Gonna need it when popping him into the mecha. And this belt may be an issue as well. Double jointed knee can go up really well. Got the movement at the foot, the pivot, down and up with toe. So really good articulation. Bit of a tight squeeze in the mech, but we'll go into that in just a bit. And now move into the actual Xingtian Mecha. So here's absolutely everything you get with the Xingtian Mecha on the Mecha itself. And I've got here instruction manual, which is a bit minimal. Nothing really of note here. You can work most of it out by yourself, really. So there. And you can have a read of that if you want. Some bits in here with the butterfly joint, which is really good. And how it works. How sturdy it is. The scythe you can join together. And then also store in the back those extra arms that come with it. Here, the magazine you can pop in to the pistol. Right, so let's take a look at this guy. This big bad self. Get a bit closer. It's got an articulated eye or camera here. You can move around. Up here as well you can move, but mine's quite stiff. I moved it once and can't get it back. This opens up, of course, the cockpit to reveal the pilot inside. Looking pretty cozy in there. I'm really liking what Joytoy are doing with their paint apps. With the shading here they did with the Hunter and Enforcer. And also with some of the new Warhammer stuff. Let's take a look at this weapon. Look, the hand here, by the way, with these little bits that you can just pull on, so you can open up the hands more easily. Just a great idea. Look, just pull them back, and voila! This is a mean-looking, heavy-duty type weapon, which you can change this, put that elsewhere if you want, down there. You can do a few variations. This moves, which makes posing with the weapon very nice. Oh, this here, I put it in, but hard to take out now. Basically stuck there now. But yeah, all around, nice paint apps. Looks great. Nowhere to store it, but you could probably remove one of the scythes and then put that on if you want. So let's look a bit closer at more of the mech. Here on this side, you've got a 08. There's his knife for the left side, although they're interchangeable. Exactly the same. Got his pistols on the side there. Really impressive mecha. It's the back. I'm probably going to colour that in black in the middle bit. All little details. And here, how the weapons are stored on the back. So it looks awesome. So this forearm knife can be removed. Oh, could also fall. You can also store it on there if you like, but I don't think it makes much sense there myself, so I'm going to keep it on the forearm here. And I've currently got the guns here stored, which comes out a bit because of those joints, but works alright. There are a number of other places you can put them if you want. These do come off. Oh, what I did actually, because they actually can get stuck like this, like still. So I actually put a bit of Vaseline on the joints, but as you can see, it still gets. It was even tighter before I put the Vaseline. Still having trouble. There you go. There you get 4 of these. 2 of them you'll probably use to store the scythe on the back. Here's the gun, or one of them at least. It's got some nice little detail there. This magazine I can't take out anymore. It's just stuck for now. Oh well. Make sure you keep hold of these, don't lose them. Very important stuff. Those bits move. Now let's take a look at the back and the scythe. Look at that. Huge. Good size. That comes out like that. These arms come made, you just pop them in. It's exactly the same as the other one. Now I can use one of those parts to join the 2 scythes into one large double-sided scythe. Just be wary of putting it all the way through because you might have some trouble taking it apart. See, look how huge this thing is. Right, so let's continue with some articulation. The shoulder pad here can go up and twist as well to get out of the way. Got a ratcheted bicep twist there on both sides. There's a hinged butterfly joint there, so it comes out like that. That's how it works. Locks into place. Arm goes all the way around on a ratchet joint as well. Nice and satisfying. Same here. Don't know if you can hear it, but there's a difference in the sound. Definitely that one's a bit louder. Double bend on the elbow here. Look at that. Nice. Same on the other side too. Twist at the torso, which you can also kind of lift up a bit, and then got more range of movement going back, left, around. So it's actually on the ball there, I would assume. Here on the back we'll look at those added arm bits here, which are quite good. See those little joints are on there. They go up, extend like that. You can move back. So quite good. And again, movement here on those upper thigh bits. No other movement in that crotch area, I don't think. Nah, nothing there. Is Jean-Claude. Ooh, it's alright. It's like we've found his Joytoy. His leg kick up can go up like that, and the back like that, all the way. Unnecessarily like the Fear 2. Good stuff. Oh, that's come off. Oh, look how that works. That's interesting. It's got a movable bit there that it clicks onto. Thigh twist. Easy on this side. Not as easy over here, but still quite easy. Double bend at the knee. This ratchet in the top bit, it's a bit loose or something. It's, yeah, doesn't feel as sturdy. Meanwhile over here, hear that? See, bit of a difference there. Feet here, goes down. About that much, up, like that. Then you've got this pivot which is on a ratchet. That is quite tight, but can be done. The thing about all these ratchets is that it can be a little bit difficult to align everything so that it can stand. So if he's in a slippery surface like this, it's a bit more difficult. Some other surfaces he may be alright. There is a bit of leeway between each ratchet joint, so there's that. This hand, there's a twist at the joint and below the ball. Also moves around like your normal and articulated fingers. Oh yeah, so as promised, let's take a look at the cockpit and the figure. There, you can move this. There he is, looking really comfy inside there. So here's the detail in the cockpit. You can see there's loads of little bits of colour in there and detail, which they didn't necessarily have to do, but they have. And it just makes it that much more impressive. Even here. Make sure you start off with your figure with the thigh armor pieces facing forward. Get his arms in tight. Belt on properly. Get the legs up. They're as high as they'll go without popping the waist off. There you go. Just slide him in. Either from the top or the bottom bit, like that. But his feet are hanging out there, so you're gonna want to bend them. There. And there. Just adjust. There. So he's good to go, really. Just need to make sure his feet are inside there so they don't get caught. And then we can close up the cockpit. Right, if I show from this point of view, you can actually try and get the steering bit as close as you can to the hands. There. And just close that. Problem with mine, look, there's a bit of a gap in there. Doesn't like lock in or anything. That does bother me a bit. Ugh. Right, so we should have no problems holding the scythe here. There we go. Looks awesome. Look how huge that thing is against him. Pistols you can hold really well. Just got to pop it in and then close the fingers around the handle. There you go. Looking good. So immediately this thing is a lot more easier to play about with. Like, I want to play about with him straight away. Pose him, etc. Move the joints. I'm not afraid to do anything. Well, once you get used to the ratchets and the sounds and potential of breaking, but it doesn't, it's quite sturdy, then you get more confident in posing, which is a stark contrast to the Fear mech. Look at this though. This joint, look, I don't know if it'll show on here, but it felt like it was going to come apart, so you should really hold it in place, the joints. So yeah, so that's maybe one of the negatives with this Mecha. There are a few joints which don't feel as sturdy, I think. Don't know if that'll be problematic later, but all in all, again, just a stark contrast from the Fear 2 and the fear of actually playing with it and posing it. This, don't have that. I'm actually quite happy to move it around and put it in different poses. The joints overall feel really good. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna do. I think, you know, with anything this huge and playing about with it, I do want to revisit it in a couple of weeks or so and see how I feel about it. But right now, yeah, I'm really enjoying this thing. Oh, plus, like, you could do a few different bits, option parts with weapons. So this you can clip into the gun and then just add it to this gun. Yeah, there you go. And add the other one if you want. So just the little things like that make it quite fun. You can add it onto here. Put it on the back as well if you want. Good fun. Alright, let's take a look at a bit of comparisons now. So I decided to do the most important comparison first. So this is the Xingtian along with the Fear 2. This is the last 1/18 scale large mech I got. There are 5 in the series, and known for the soft goods they had and terrible way you had to put the armor on yourself. Whereas with this new Xingtian, everything's on there already. But I will do a dedicated video of the 2. And here we have some of the desk figures earlier. I compared with the pilot, now against the Mecha. So final thoughts. The Mecha's not without its problems. A few maybe stability issues with the ratchets aligning and things and how it stands, but it does stand. Overall, I'm really enjoying this mech. Really fun to play with. I do want to do another video with just the Fear 2 together and compare them both with my final thoughts. But this has gone on long enough. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll skell you later.